Oh, brother. Hey, everyone's okay. That was pretty simple.
13 hours. Good afternoon, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Today is the day. 3 weeks? It's been more than 3 weeks. I've had this truck for just over 3 weeks. We bought it with the blown up 4.8, as you saw in the video. Pulled it out, bought a 5.3, built a 5. Well, I say built, but it was just a cam. Put a cam in it, bigger valve springs or stiffer valve springs. 3,000 stall converter. Boom. It's a 5.3, and we've it's pretty rigged. I'm not gonna lie. We don't because we're converting it to the Cateye. We don't have the fenders yet, so we got the good old zip tie intake going on here. You got the ratchet strap battery box,
Zip tie
fuse box. That's worth mentioning right there. I tell you what. So, but what this means is we are far enough to where it should finally start, and we'll finally get to hear the cammed 5.3 Burnout truck. So we'll do the first start. As long as it starts and we can get it to idle halfway decent, don't know if we will or won't, we'll put radiator hoses on and stuff like that and finish getting it to where it can maybe sit outside and idle a little bit. Maybe we'll give it a little bit of rev in the video, but I'm super excited. I know you're ready. Let's hook the jumper box up and let's start this thing. All right, so fair warning, if it starts, to our headphone users, it's open headers. It's long tube headers with nothing out in it, so it's about to be super loud. Jumper box on?
Yup.
Fire extinguisher, check. All right, let's do it. Give her a couple cycles here. Ready?
Let's go. It sat there and hung on. Wow. Right away, too. Barely hanging on, but it was hanging on. I cleaned up.
Oh. What y'all think? It's loud.
Yeah,
it is insanely loud. It sounds so mean.
The video cannot do it justice. It is really loud.
No, it's on a whole new level, especially being in the shop. It's super loud. Well, you think since it, I mean, I guess we didn't do that much. It's just a cam, long tubes, and we went from a 4.8 to a 5.3, so it's not like it had a giant learning curve. We got rid of 202 sensors, so we're just running primaries at this point. So I think we could probably try to drive it. We just got to get coolant in and stuff like that. May or may not. Well, we're at least going to put cool lines on it. We'll pull it outside, maybe rev it up a little bit, and we'll decide if we want to drive it or not drive it. So give us just a minute, put some coolant lines on it, and we'll fire it back up.
Her body's gold like September. She burns through the night like an ember. And all those things.
All right, so got all the hoses and stuff on it. I'm pretty sure we didn't forget anything. We almost forgot the crossover from down in the valley, but we got it on. I think it's together enough that we can at least maybe take it up the driveway or something like that. So I gotta back it out and put water in the tank. I'm just gonna put straight water in it. And then when we get back, it's borderline down here cold. We'll just take the bottom hose off and drain it out once we get back. But I guess we're gonna go ahead and move forward with backing it out and just seeing if we can get it outside, put some water in it, let it run a little bit more, and just see what happens. And it's not complete. There's still stuff to be done. There's still some sensors that we're missing wiring to. And the thing is we're a little confused, and it's our own fault. This was the EGR truck, so it had those and we eliminated that. The AC is gone. That was like 3 or 4 plugs. I'm pretty sure the fan clutch even had a plug, didn't it? All right, well, once I get out to where the water's at, you're gonna lose the light. I went to go try to move it out and it was really struggling. I was gonna try to fill it up with air outside, but might have to put some air in it while it's sitting right here. So once I get some air in these tires, then maybe we can back it out. All right, so truck is running phenomenal. It's idling by itself, starts right up, no problems. The problem is it won't go in gear. So I'm trying to figure out what the deal is. It almost acts like the neutral safety switch has failed, but I find it odd that it's failed between when we were driving it out here and the 2 weeks it's sat in the shop. So I went back through and checked plugs, and I'm not sure what I'm missing. Thankfully, what I have here is an actual engine harness for a Silverado. So I was looking at it. I think I need to get under there and look for that plug. So I'm gonna get back under there. We can't pull it out until we get it moving. That's an O2 sensor plug, so that's gotta be coming from underneath. Gonna figure out something, but I'm thinking that's the neutrals. I don't know, this is confusing. Something's wrong with it. We're gonna try to look into it and fix it. But the biggest thing is, at least it runs. It just doesn't drive. All right. So other than the nasty, greasy trans that's under here, if you see these wires right here, this is where something's going wrong. Austin and I both don't recall cutting these, but they run up and into right after where the neutral safety switch plugs T in. So I'm definitely thinking that could be an issue. That could be part of our deal right there. So what I've got to do at this point is try to figure out up top where the mate is to these. And I've also got to try to find, see where it's ripped off at and try to reconnect them, I guess. That's the only thing I can think to try, and then see if it'll go into gear. So give me a minute. I'll try to figure something out. All right, so scratch that on the 4 wires. Those are the O2 sensors we cut. So that's not it. It's gotta be something else. But all of the wiring down there was hooked up into it. Well, I'm gonna keep looking into this and see if I can find something we've missed, something we haven't hooked back up. That's the only thing that I can think right now could potentially be our cause. All right, so I didn't know this, and I didn't think anything of it because Austin's left, and I didn't know that he didn't finish putting trans fluid in it. Trans fluid isn't just for lubrication. It's what creates your pressure so the valve bodies and stuff work in a transmission. If there is no trans fluid, there is no pressure, this truck will never engage into gear. And I just pulled the dipstick out, and guess what wasn't in it? Any trans fluid. So this is probably our issue. We'll find out in just a minute. All right, we might get it this time. I think we figured it out. So that was the whole problem. We figured it out. All right, so it goes into gear now, and it'll back out. So that made for an interesting first start video. And of course, I mean, things like this, sometimes it's just something stupid like that. And you know, when you've got a couple different people working on something, stuff like that gets lost. Like Austin left, I didn't know, so it happens. But that's step 1 to it. The Burnout truck runs and moves. Stay tuned to the next video. We'll take this thing on its first drive/rip, which really more or less the first drive. I've got to break the converter in. You can't just go ham on it right away. So we'll take it around, we'll drive it around a little bit on Sunday or whatever, put some miles on it, break in that converter, and then once we feel that we've got it broke in good, which Yank wants 150 miles on it. I don't know if we'll do that, but we'll get it kind of close, and then I'm excited to let it really rip. and watch it at least. It's going to burn one tire at first till we weld the diff, but I'm excited for it to do its first burnout. So I appreciate you guys watching. Drop any comments you got down below. Go follow me over on Instagram at Austin04_Z71. Stay tuned to the burnout truck build. Stay tuned to the Cateye build. We got to get back on that. Appreciate you watching. Take care. Have a great day.